With these flat conditions, it's going to come down to those parts of the race where it is those one percenters, as we call it. It is, the run in, the jumping on the board, everything that doesn't make as much of a difference if there's a wave on, but they come into play when it's the flat surf.
We always talk about the 1%ers or the 10%ers. That is what we're seeing today. The boys are away, the under-19 board relay. Let's see who's going to make those opening statements. I love watching board relays, Munners. It's 3 sprints. Just a little bit of wave coming through. That looks to be maybe even Noosa up the top. A few caps in there. Trig Island in the mix as well. So great to see everybody here. Northcliffe on the left-hand side. 2 Swansea teams in the mix. They're a really strong craft club, and so great to see them moving through the open ranks as well.
Yeah, Noosa up there as well in the middle at the moment. But that start just shows you how important it was. After sort of 20 metres, there was somewhat even a 10-metre difference in the field. So the more experienced starters have really set their teams up. So we've got Currumbin, Noosa, North and 2 Northcliffe teams doing the best of it at the moment.
And again, Wanda, they just won't go away, will they? I love that they are there all the time. I think Maroochydore is stuck in the middle of the pack. Trig is on the inside leg there. And Noosa as well. Great to see them putting some teams up as well. And it's hard not to get too far ahead of yourself. You say, oh, they're in a good position. But we saw in the under-19 ladies board relay earlier today, that lead chopped and changed. People going to the right cans, people going to the wrong cans. This is going to be an exciting race as well.
Yeah, I think you can't underestimate the importance of a good first leg and a good start, and the teams know that. The first paddlers, the pressure's really on them to get their team a lead, and their second paddler is just going to hope that they give them that little bit of a clear break, or at least put them with the pack, so that that their work isn't too onerous, and that they can at least stay with it or stay in contention. So traditionally, I think the best paddler goes first because of the importance of a good start. So these are probably some of the best under-19 male board paddlers that we have in the country leading it off at the moment.
Absolutely, and I love that Surfers Paradise is happy to take on that extra work, put himself in the best position. Khan Karadag on the inside, though, trying to push them a little bit wider. I love the aggression that we see in the under-19 races as well, as we see them head around the cans now. Not too much traffic out there. It looks like the sweep isn't playing as much of a part. Am I right?
I think just since that wind has swung around and is now completely offshore, it's not really pushing them into the cans as we saw it was earlier in the day. So just makes it hard when you're paddling back here. Not only are you so fatigued, but you're going against the wind as well. So, but yeah, the sweep is certainly not playing a part like we did see it in the earlier races today.
And it's still a Surfers Northcliffe 1-2, Swansea-Belmont just behind, Wanda tucked in there as well. That's our top 4 on screen. Have a look at the rating. No one is letting up. I feel like they've got the same rating now that they did when they first took off the beach.
Yeah, 2 on their knees, 2 on their stomach. So interesting to see that they're choosing to mix it up. I'm not really sure what the best choice is given today's conditions, but it's proving that it's not really too different depending on what you choose. Our Northcliffe competitor there on his stomach still keeping up, but looks like he's expending a lot more energy than the guys who are on their knees, so probably is a better choice heading into the area. I don't want to say the wave zone because we aren't seeing many waves, but at least the runners that you'll pick up, and you'll probably just get a bit more run out of them if you are up on your knees.
And this makes me really excited, Mun, as you say, that generally we'll send our best or your fastest paddlers off the beach. Seeing the speed and the tactics at the moment for a relay, I'm so excited for the individual races later in the week.
Yeah, I know. And they'll be doing that. They'll be seeing where they're sitting. They'll be seeing how they're going against the field. They'll be either gaining confidence or perhaps getting a bit worried depending on how they're going. But these competitors up the front must be feeling good and feeling confident with just how well they're doing and how well they're performing at the moment.
Absolutely. Out on the front in the stripy board, the white and the red, that's Tex Dixon from Surfers. He makes quite a few appearances in the Surfers Open board relay team, which is one of the fastest board relay teams going around. So I'm loving seeing him out in front. Khan in there from Northcliffe, Swansea and Wanda still in 4 and 5, being challenged as well by everyone else who's coming through. I want to say this will turn into a wave, but I've been burnt before, Munners. Today is not a good day for the waves, but have a look. BHMP made the most of that on the far left-hand side.
Yeah, they are going to have to paddle all the way to the beach. Small wave for our top 3, which is
Newport
just enough
coming through
to make a difference.
Absolutely. Newport as well are gunning for this race. They would love to take a win. They're doing everything right now at the first of their feet. Sam, talk us through this transition.
Yeah, that's right. They're flying around this transition now. That's Zach Morris from Newport in front. you mentioned the surf skills that he just displayed to get down that wave. It shows all of his race experience as he goes around ahead of Khan Karadag and Tex Dixon, 2 world-class board paddlers.
So good. And here comes the traffic. This chase back is looking pretty hot, Sam.
Yeah, plenty of shoulder-to-shoulder action around this turning flag now. All these athletes knowing that every metre they can give their second paddlers could turn into 2 metres, 3 metres once they hit the water with a little bit of luck. And we are seeing a few waves come into the break now, so I think it will make a difference.
Absolutely, Sam. We'll catch you on the next transition. Munners, they're popping over some waves.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Well, not so much for these competitors, but the ones who have just got through it, that's like a 50-metre gap now.
So good.
For our top 3 competitors, just trying to keep on each other's wash and save that energy for the way back home. But that's the difference that we were talking about, that one wave can make.
That's huge. I want to say that's an easy 20, 30 metres now. And our pack of 3 came in together on the wave and they've settled very quickly into single file. It's going to be interesting again. Who's going to take a little breather now and then really bring it home? As you say, the race starts from the third can.
Yeah, well, I don't know who's in that chasing pack, but you'd have to be a pretty phenomenal paddler to bridge that gap or to bring that pack back up.
And this is where it's interesting that second pack now, I think we've that wave really brought everyone together there. There's 2, 4, 6 easily in there. I think 1 more behind as well. Swansea making the most of it right now. Trig Island from WA in the mix. Swansea, North Bondi, Manly, and I think that's another BHMP in the mix with Christie's Beach. Again, this could still turn into something quite interesting, but it's going to take a lot to push into that top 3.
Yeah, that transition proved to be all important, and that's why you see the competitors get off and absolutely sprint because they don't know what's coming. But if there is a small shore break, they want to ensure that their team is on the other side of it and not caught, as we saw the rest of the pack become.
Absolutely, and a shout out to our IRB crews. You can see them in shot at the moment, keeping an eye on everyone. These crews doing an amazing job. They're the first on the beach, last off in the afternoon as well, the IRBs and the Powercraft crew. Of course, if our teams want to race at a championships, they need to provide the support staff as well. So a big shout out to our boys there and the girls, making sure that everyone is safe as they head around the course.
Yeah, keeping everyone safe and also keeping a check that the course is completed as it's meant to be. I think the competitors keep themselves and keep each other pretty honest, but at an Australian Championship you need to have your judges not only on the beach but out in the water.
Absolutely. We actually saw some pretty crazy scenes the other day for one of the surf teams race when the sweep was really, really strong. Some of the competitors not quite getting around those cans. That's where you're really relying on your judges out in the boats.
Yeah, and as I said, if the judges don't catch it, the other competitors will certainly dob you in.
I saw Christy Munro cut the can. Absolutely. Have a look at the speed here. It looks like Surfers Paradise has made a really great statement here. As you said, race starts at the third can for you. They're trying to make a little bit of difference. They're trying to pull away from everyone else. They've still got a gap on the rest of that chase pack, but it looks like Newport may have fallen off the pace just slightly.
Yeah, you'll see them paddle single file on the way out to conserve energy, and on the way back in, they will search for their own water. So they'll spread quite wide across the section of the ocean that they're paddling into, because you don't want to be really caught in someone's wash on the way in. It just limits your chance of picking up a runner in your own water. So you can see our lead competitors are doing just that. They're breaking out from that single file and they're trying to find their own water so that they can potentially pick up a runner.
Absolutely. Here we've got our top 3 again, Surfers Paradise, Northcliffe and Newport, the people that we would expect to see, those strong clubs up the top. Again, they are paddling the entire way in. They're having the sneaky looks. There is nothing coming, but an absolute masterclass in some beautiful board technique on the way through here.
Yeah, absolutely. What a display of really strong board paddling. One little runner coming up underneath them now. They'll feel that and you can see their rating lift up, and it might be enough for our Surfers Paradise team. It is. Will they just get over it? No.
And this shows you, even if you don't get to pull down that wave, the run that they've got a solid 15, 20 metres on the rest of the field now, because he was able to work that. I'm sorry, but there is a wave coming behind you now, buddy.
Yeah, I think he's done enough though. I think he's going to be safe. He'll be able to get up. He's choosing to wait for this little wave.
Because you don't want to jump off too early. This is where you see a lot of nippers, a lot of juniors made the mistake. They could see the bottom. They thought they were close. But Sam, talk us through transition.
Yeah, that's right. Finn's leading the race around at the moment, and you saw the benefit of just milking that little runner just that bit further than his competitors. No wave came through to the field. That proved to be the difference as he tags in first. The Morris boys in Newport in second, while Northcliffe are in third. But then again, the chase pack led by Swansea-Belmont isn't too far behind. This is still anyone's race heading into the last leg.
Oh, Sam, I can imagine the noise from both Newport and Surfers Paradise must be deafening.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's great to see all the crowds filled in now for the last two races today, and they're being treated to a spectacle as well. It's an extremely close race. Surfers Paradise with a little gap now, but they're being chased down.
Thanks so much, Sam. Now, Munners, if you were Surfers Paradise, if you were their coach, what advice, what tips, what guidance would you give them right now? They're in a really tough position, but an exciting one.
Oh, it's just that, you wouldn't be leaving anything behind now. They've got the gap, so you don't want to really rest on your way out to sea. You don't want to give the second and third competitors a chance to get back into the race. Now that you've done that hard work and you've got yourself that gap, all you're wanting to do is extend it. Once you've got to the lead and you've made the gap, you just want to keep pulling away, basically.
Yep, maintain that focus. Make sure you're going to the right can. We can see the rating is up out there. We're loving that. A lot of people ask when they're using their arms like that, why are their legs going as well? Is it mainly for balance? Is it what we learn as nippers and we just keep on doing it?
It's balance and it's momentum. If you, lie on your board in flat water and just kick your legs, your board's still going to go forward. So, it's similar to kicking in a swim race. It is still propelling you forward. So that's why you'll see their legs going with the opposite arm as they're lying on their stomachs.
And Surfers Paradise doing a fantastic job out in front. Now, we used to have a chase pack of just the two. Those top three were quite clear. Have a look at the move that's being made now. That podium is not so clear anymore.
No, it's really anyone's race for that second, third, fourth position, and Surfers Paradise are certainly not safe. They're doing a good job of it at the moment, and he's really just wanting to maintain his lead. Once he gets to that first can and can start to head back to home, you can see the difference that one small run can make. So he just wants to ensure that he's the first one to have a go at those runners. But I think the pack is closing that gap. Look at that.
I've got to tell you, I'm impressed with Swansea. I'm impressed with BHMP Trig in the mix there as well. But Swansea, out of nowhere, it seems, they're up in second position right now.
Yeah, and it's a close second.
So good to see. Surfers Paradise, I think, is about to be swallowed up by the pack here. He led that out so well. It's the toughest position to be in. He needs to channel Finn Askew. He needs to jump on those runners. He needs to maintain his momentum. And he's got to hold off Swansea-Belmont.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job, but as you said, leading the pack out is the hardest position. It's much easier to be a chaser. And he's hanging on to that lead at this stage, but I don't know for how much longer.
And you can imagine the excitement building if you're in that chase pack, you get onto the first, you get on the wash, you get a runner, and your confidence builds and you're just like, let me at it. I just want to keep on going. My team is on the beach. They're screaming at me. I can hear them from out the back. Munners, this is anyone's race.
Yeah, and you can just lift that little bit more when it's a team event. I think predominantly safe lifesaving, is an individual sport, but moments like these when you get together with your teammates,
absolutely,
you can find that bit extra to lift at these finishing stages of a final.
And how good is this? Look at the rating on Swansea-Belmont. He's staying down low. He is chin down. He is looking at the beach. He's picking his line. But Trig is in the background as well, looking very, very ominous coming through. I liked the look of BHMP as well, really fighting for those runners out the back. And we can see that Northcliffe has chosen a different line as well. He's got the inside run there. Morris from Newport as well would love to win this with his brothers as well, make a little bit of history. But Swansea seems to be the most determined right now.
Yeah, Swansea have just taken the lead, so
don't look back, buddy. Just keep on going.
They're in first place now, almost a board length in front of Surfers Paradise.
And this is so exciting. Look at this. There is nothing in the ocean right now in any arena, let alone where the Under-19 Board Relay Championship of Australia is being decided. We could see a 5-way sprint finish, Munners. This would be incredible.
And a runner underneath him, you can see the rating just lifting.
And there's nothing worse than that disappointment when they realise that it's past and they nearly seem to go backwards a bit. But here comes the runner. Is anybody going to get on this one? I want to say BHMP will get a lift. Newport is in there. Surfers Paradise pulls down it as well. Swansea, this could be a two-way finish. Here we go. Swansea and Surfers Paradise, the Under-19 Championship of Australia. Swansea up, Surfers up. Surfers looks to have the best of it right now. He knows he's ahead. He knows he's going to get there. Sam, take us home.
Yeah, it's an incredibly close finish here. Swansea-Belmont, he's coming back so hard. I think he might get it. Swansea-Belmont's going to come through the win. He has just come from absolutely nowhere. That was an unbelievable paddle to take out the Under-19 Australian Board Relay Final. There's some pretty special celebrations that are starting to happen down here now as well. His teammates mobbing him after what was one of the paddles of the carnival to date. That is unbelievable.
And Sam, Swansea is 1 and 4.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, Swansea is 1 and 4. How good was that sprint finish? Swansea-Belmont coming down there. He's being mobbed on the finish line. This is huge. This is what we want to see at Aussies.
Yeah, and really smart racing. He chose to lie down, which meant he had the speed in his legs when it came to getting off, whereas our other competitor, who had just been taxing his legs, kneeling up the whole way home, was just out sprinted in the end.
And it made the difference. I thought that Surfers Paradise had it when he got off quickly, when he got round that can first. I was like, yep, Surfers from here. How much do you love the grit and determination for Swansea to say, no, this one's ours?
Yeah, he fought for that the whole way, and that's really what you want Aussie finals to be, just like that. And so exciting.
So good. We'll let him get his breath back, but Sam's determined to have a chat. We'll grab the rest of the team as well. Sam, fantastic scenes down there with Swansea-Belmont.
Yeah, we've broken into the celebrations, and for good reason. There are some really special scenes down here on the finish line. Kai Taylor, that was an unbelievable paddle. You just pushed your team into an Australian title from back of the field. How does that feel?
Oh, it's awesome to be able to do that for the boys. Set it up really nicely, the boys did, and I just got lucky enough to get on the back of the boys and then work it on the way home.
Talk us through that finishing leg. You were within range throughout that race, but you did have to make a move heading into the cans there. A bit of a gap for you to pull back. Did you think that you could do it?
I kind of just backed myself and backed the talent, backed the work that I've been doing, and got the inside over Newport and had to fight for it, but so.
That sprint finish, what was going through your mind?
It's just all adrenaline. I was just listening to hearing everyone screaming, and I just got me over the line.
It was class right throughout the entire race as well. Nick and Bo, you both had fantastic paddles. Australian champions, another title for Swansea-Belmont. How does that make you feel?
Oh, I'm just worried about how Kai's back's feeling after carrying this. It's a tough paddle, but boys all did a good job, and we got it through in the end, which is good.
There was nowhere to hide out there today, Bo.
Yeah, I know, it was tough. It was a big field, come from the 17s, and just sort of had to get Kai as much of a lead as I could, and just do it from there.
Boys, you can see what it means to the club as well. There's a huge crowd behind us here. The coaches have put in so much work for such a tight community as well. It must feel extra sweet to deliver another title for Swansea-Belmont.
Yeah, Ryan Cook and Gav Johns, they're our board coaches and made so much for him. There's Cookie over there, he's over the moon, but so happy.
Well, boys, you have great reason to celebrate. Australian Board Relay champions, congratulations.
Thanks, Sam.
The Open Board Relay is now getting ready on the line, so we will bring you that race very shortly. It promises to be another cracker.
Absolutely, Sam. Thank you so much. I think we're going to watch a little replay in a moment. We've got the footage from that amazing sprint finish coming up very soon. Let's have a look now. We thought that Surfers Paradise has it. Look, Manas, here's the wave.
Yeah, he really did everything right, and it might just be that he just didn't have the leg speed of the Swansea-Belmont competitor, because you are taught the first one off, and he timed that get off perfectly.
And here he is coming around the flag now, but Swansea not giving up, choosing a beautiful line there. You can see the competitors cheering. The support crew is going absolutely crazy, but have a look at the determination on Swansea's face. Too big, too strong, comes through for the win on the line. That is amazing. And your heart goes out to Surfers. I'm so sorry, buddy, but an amazing finish there. Swansea, Surfers and Newport there.